Hey everybody, Adam here. Sorry I haven't gotten any videos posted in a while. That sunrise is looking pretty cool. I've just had some setbacks. Not really setbacks, just some personal stuff. My grandmother had recently fallen and broken her hip. She fell off her stoop trying to shut her neighbor's screen door that was banging in the wind, and she went outside and it was really windy and she lost her balance and fell off the stoop. Well, this is at 10 o'clock at night, and evidently nobody knew she was outside, and she was out there for 20 or 30 minutes in the cold on Sunday night. And it was like 10 degrees outside, and finally somebody passing by saw her in the yard and called the ambulance. So she had to go to the hospital and she had surgery, and that went okay. I was worried about the anesthesia and stuff. When you're that old, there's always a risk with anesthesia, but she's 85, gonna be 86 this year, so and my great-grandmother lived to be 93 on my dad's side, but the first thing that started her downslide was she fell and broke something, and I don't know, my grandmother hasn't been in the greatest frame of mind since my grandfather passed away a month after my mom, going on 2 years now, well, in about 3 or 4 months. And so I'm worried that she's not gonna want to get better as much as she may, everybody else does, because she's always like, well, I'm not gonna live much longer, and she says stuff like that all the time, and it's just like, I don't know, it's kind of disheartening to think that maybe, because your mind, the psychosis has the same effect on your recovery as your body, and if she's not wanting to recover, it'll be a long process or whatever, or she might not, My grandfather on my dad's side, he had gotten to where he couldn't really walk that well, and he was using a walker, and then he was using a wheelchair for a while, and then he was going through some physical therapy and stuff, and he got back up to where he was using the walker again, and then at a certain point, he just quit using the walker. He just like, screw it, I'm gonna be in the wheelchair, and it was just like, there wasn't any real reasoning behind it. It was just mental. He was just didn't want to do it anymore, and that kind of bothers me, because I'm hoping that she's not going to go down that road, because she's my last grandparent, and she's also the one I'm probably closest with, and I don't know, So I've been kind of in a funk a little bit about that, and haven't really had any good topic ideas, and I've got pickup stuff, but I just don't feel like filming a pickup video, and I know y'all will bear with me, but it's just like, I don't know, personal things always take priority for me over shooting videos, about random shit. So I'm not asking for prayers or anything like that. I mean, if you have a thought in your mind, that's cool, but it's just one of those things that I'm thankful, because I believe in a higher power. I don't know what I believe in per se. I'm kind of agnostic. I got a lot of questions, but I've had enough of a spiritual experience in my life that I feel like there's that presence of a higher being, a God, the God, whatever you want to say, and he's, been there for me when I've needed him at the lowest times. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, you know, so I guess it goes back to when I was 16 and I was a dumbass and decided to run from a police officer because I didn't have a driver's license. I only had a learner's permit, and my aunt had let me use her car to take her somewhere and drop her off, and I was a dumbass and decided to go cruising around instead of taking it right back home. And it was, you know, it was nighttime, and you know, the cop put his flashers on. It was fight or flight, and I flew, you know, and I, you know, was out in the country, and I'm on gravel road, and I slid the car off the road and flipped it about 9 or 10 times, you know, and was not wearing a seatbelt, and came out of it with really nothing more than a groin pull and a couple stitches in my arm, you know, and I can't attribute it to much of anything, dumb luck or God, and I refuse to believe that it was just dumb luck, you know. I feel like there's some reason why I'm supposed to be here, though, and it seems like I waste a lot of time doing nothing, so I don't know what that reason is, but I don't know. So anyway, I didn't really want to talk about my position on that for 5 minutes or 3 minutes or whatever, but, you know, I pray every day is what I was trying to say, and I pray for my family mainly, and that they're get help with their struggles and find strength through His strength, or, you know, whatever, that kind of deal. And I just pray for the less fortunate, and I pray for the things that I do have and that I'm fortunate for. Every day waking up and seeing the sun, you know, I'm like, thank you for another day, you know. So anyway, I'm going to get off of here. I don't want to start a holy war. But I do want my grandma to get better. So anyway, thanks folks for hanging out. I'm sure some of you hardcore guys will check out this video no matter what it's called. I don't even know what I'm going to name it, but the rest of you don't check it out, you know, you won't know what I said anyway, so it won't matter. So anyway, I'll talk to y'all later, and we'll get something cooler up soon. So, all right, folks, talk to you later. Bye.